Hey friends, Peter here. You know, as an engineer, I've historically been challenged with documentation. There's been so many times when I've come across documentation that I followed only to find out that it wasn't up to date. And I had to ask a lot of questions to find out exactly what the feature was that I was trying to learn, or the piece of code that I needed to learn, or the system. And I've also been challenged with different pull requests that may be difficult to really understand because I don't know the context, possibly because it's from a different team and they're working on a different feature, but they asked me to do the reviews. Also, sometimes there's really large pull requests that are kind of complex and don't really know all the different pieces that are tied to it. So typically have to ask another developer or ask around kind of to figure out exactly what's going on. Today, I want to introduce you to a tool called Loom, and I think this tool really has the potential to solve some of these problems. It is a video creation and video documentation tool, but it can not only record the video with your screen as well as your face, but it can also export into any text format. You can export the transcripts, you can export using AI, a code documentation, all different types of docs. And it's really, really cool. My name is Peter Perpich. I am a software engineer with over 25 years experience. I am starting this channel to share what I learn, showcase any new tools, ideas, or technologies I think are cool, as well as provide helpful tutorials. So in this video, I'll show you how you can use Loom to streamline your workflow, improve communication, and make documentation easier. So let's dive in. In order to get started, the first step is to go to loom.com and create an account. Once you create an account, download the desktop app, and it's relatively straightforward to generate a video with a screen capture. I won't go into that here because I really want to focus on the documentation piece, and there's plenty of videos and instructions on how to make a video. Once the video is done, it will automatically get uploaded to Loom, and you'll see it here in your library. I'm going to show a video that I've done of myself describing my pull request. Now, this is a personal project of mine, so I'm doing this specifically just for my future self. So we'll go into it. And here's the video. Here's me. Here's a little preview of it. I can render each one based on this render item function. And the render item function is here. So I'm kind of just describing the code. Some of the important pieces that I think are important to communicate, why I did some things, what are some of the experiments I did, what are my to-dos, and some of the things that just in general of why I'm even putting this code out there, what my logic was behind it, like all my thoughts. Also, there is an auto-generated summary that gets put together. Now, this summary is not perfect from the way I've done it. I'm still trying to learn what's the optimal verbiage to use to generate a good summary, as well as chapters. It auto-generates chapters. I don't know what the best way to talk in this video so your chapters are laid out. What's great is you can edit as well in different ways. So this has some chapters. You can edit the title, the summary, edit the chapters, what we were just doing. The filler words were removed, and I removed silence, so that was done in here. So you can edit by transcript, and this goes through the transcript and removes the silence. You can see what was there before. You can trim out certain words if you want to, which is nice. This really makes it more efficient for the viewer. You just get to the main content that you really want. Go back to edit, and then here's where it gets interesting. This is what I really like about it, is the whole documentation piece. So if we go to write a document, these are the documents that are available from AI based on some context, right? There's a SOP, there's step-by-steps, a PR description, QA steps, or code docs. So in this case, let's go into the PR description. Since this was a PR, get an idea what would get auto-generated. So here it's pretty good. It came pretty close to some of what I was trying to communicate. Again, knowing what to say, I think, is going to be key for these docs. Code docs is also really cool. If I was just wanting to explain some code or some architecture, some diagram or anything, this would be great for the code docs. I can go through line by line or show how modules are put together, how what the history was, like why, like what's the context behind how this code base was put together. Having a bunch of these code docs all linked through different looms chronologically, which should give a pretty good picture about what the code base is. Because I know I've gone into code bases many times and trying to understand what it was. I can understand pieces, but then I go like, why is that there? Like, why did somebody choose that? This, I wouldn't have chosen that. Like, what's the lock? But there's usually some reason why things are the way they were, and understanding the history is key to that, to knowing how to best move forward in any code base. Create an issue. So this integrates with JIRA, so you can send a bug to JIRA to have different tracking there, which is nice. I know a lot of times when creating bugs, there's a lot of overhead, so this would significantly reduce a ton of time. You can send a message, just get your message out if you want to send it to Slack, email. It's pretty cool, all with links, which is nice. All these looms can be links, and you can write a loom to another loom as well. So let's get into that a bit. There is you can comment. So you can comment on this, on different sections of the loom. You can create another loom in response to this loom. And it creates a lot of, it facilitates asynchronous communication through video and through documentation, which is the part that I love. Because I tend to work with teams in a lot of different time zones, and this makes it easier to really be able to communicate effectively. Because there's a lot of times where I might get a pull request that is, I don't know some pieces of it and I have questions about it, so I have to ask questions like, why'd you do this, or what happened here? And then a lot of times they're asleep and I won't get a response till the next day. So having someone explaining what they're doing significantly can impact that piece of it, which I love. And that's how I use Loom to document. I think this tool has a ton of potential. I also know that this is really the early stages of this. I know over time this is only going to get better and better and better, and we're going to just have way more efficient ways to document stuff. And doing it this way, I think, is this is the best I've seen so far as far as getting documentation done and communication and getting it all in one place. So I really hope you learned something. I hope you try it out. Let me know if you try it, if you're using it different ways, or have any other ideas on this topic. I'd love to hear about it, because I'm intrigued by the potential in the future of how to make engineering's lives better and easier. So hope all's well. Guys, have a great one. Take care.